What's going on, guys? It's Lewis here with Crypto Elite, and today we're going to do another market update. But before we get into the actual market, I'm going to have a little bit of an intro because there's a couple things that I want to say. First thing I want to say is that ByBit is having their 4th anniversary where you could win up to $1.2 million worth of prizes. And I am only saying this because I switched over to using ByBit after the whole FTX debacle. So now I use ByBit, and they've been really, really good, super transparent with everything. I trust them because they have a proof of reserves, and I've talked to a lot of people from ByBit, and also some other people I know use this exchange. So I use it, and if you are in America or from a place where it's not allowed, there are ways that you can use it. I'm not saying to do this, and this is not financial advice or advice in any regard, but there are certain things that rhyme with ends, like VPNs, whatever. I could just say it, and you could potentially use that, or some people have potentially used those to get on ByBit. So I'm not saying to do that, but I do like ByBit, and this is where I trade because I need something where I could both long and short the market, and you cannot do that on Kraken, and you can't do that on Coinbase. So this is good. And if you sign up, if you're not in the United States, and if you are in a region that you can actually use ByBit, then you could sign up and do this, register for this, and just a few things to do, and you could be put into the prize pool, or the basically the drawing for the prize pool. So that's pretty cool. Also, I'm not getting paid by ByBit to, announce this or anything like that. If you do sign up with my link in the description below, then I think I get a small percentage of your trading fees. So that's pretty much it. I'm not getting paid, per video or anything like that, or a monthly thing. But I just want to promote it because this is what I use, and there it's like, what do you use now after so many different things? The other thing that I want to say is that it's not the only exchange that I have. I do have I use Coinbase, Kraken, ByBit, KuCoin. I have money on all these, so many exchanges to basically mitigate counterparty risk, just in case any one exchange does go under, like what happened with FTX. Like, I had a bunch of money on FTX, and I took my money off of FTX because I thought that FTX hacked me. However, it wasn't a hack by FTX. It was actually, even though FTX did steal everyone's money, what happened with me and what happened with a lot of other people is that the trading terminal that I use, the trading software called 3 Commas, actually ended up stealing everyone's money because one of their employees supposedly leaked the API connections of over 100,000 users to the dark web, to the highest bidder, and then they just basically use those API connections to make trades on illiquid shitcoins, and everyone lost a bunch of money, millions and millions and millions of dollars. I was a victim as well, and so I would like, I was thinking, I wasn't thinking that I was going to go back to 3 Commas, but I was thinking maybe I would still use 3 Commas if they got their security all in check and everything like that. But I tell you this, I am never going back to 3 Commas. I'm never going back to 3 Commas because they told me and all the other victims that we were stupid and we got phished and we didn't have proper security in place, okay? And obviously, we did have proper security in place. We did use 2-factor authentication. We did use proper a different email, a separate email, and a complicated long password. And we did everything that we could. We bookmarked the page, and we never clicked on random links. We never clicked on random emails, anything like that, right? So we were secure, and 3 Commas stole everyone's money and then gaslit everyone into thinking that they were not secure enough. And so screw 3 Commas, never using them ever again. And that actually brings me into my next point, which is that I finally found an alternative to 3 Commas, and the alternative that I use is called Altrady. So I use Altrady now to do my trades. This is my trading terminal. I really like it, and it does everything that I needed to do. And the reason why not everything that I needed to do, it doesn't have dollar cost averaging bots, so I use something else called Delta Badger for that. But it does have bots, and it does have an option, if you know PineScript, to make your own bots, and it has a very particular bot that is really, really good. And I'm going to get into that in other videos. I'm going to get into bot trading and things like that. The main reason why I needed a trading terminal is because I wanted something that I can do my analysis and then go in and place my entry, place my stop, and place my take profit, and potentially multiple take profit orders all at once, all at one time, before I actually, put the trade on. And I needed that because for some reason, exchanges don't let you do that, and they're limited. Exchanges are limited in what you could do. So I wanted something that lets me put all of the different parameters needed for my trade into the actual software, and then I could walk away and I don't have to think about it. Because what I'm trying to really do on this channel and just personally, and I want to help you out in a way that you know how to trade, but you're not in front of the screen 8 hours a day. You know how to trade like a professional trader, and you understand how to do risk management. You understand how to actually do technical analysis and fundamental analysis and narrative plays and trade with the trend and counter trend and all of these other things, swing trade, scalp, all of it, right? I want you to know this, but I want it to be where you can put your trade on and then you could walk away, go to your job, make money, go do something else, make more money, and then come back and see your trade playing out and see your money multiplying for you without having to spend the 8 hours in front of the screen like most traders do. And this is really, really important. And just to clarify this point, the reason why I want this and why this is so important for most people is because, at least for me, I could tell you that before, when I was trying to trade like the professional traders who would be in front of the screen all day, every day, I would not be able to be in front of the screen at the exact right time a lot of the times. And that cost me a lot. But I could do my analysis beforehand when I had free time, put my trades in, and then they would hit, and it would be amazing. And my win rate went up drastically, and my my profit and loss went up drastically, and my losses decreased a lot. And before, when I switched just last week or 2 weeks ago now, when I switched from 3 commas to Altrady, this freaking same thing happened to me, where I was sitting at my desk in front of my screen watching Litecoin, and I put a short position on, and I had a stop that I was going to market order my stop loss and get out of my position if the price moved up a certain amount, just like literally like 1 or 2%. And I ended up passing out at 2:15 in the morning. And at 2:20, the price shot up like 10%. And I ended up losing like $3,000 or $4,000, excuse me. I ended up losing 10%, more than 10% of my public trading account. And this was on my public trading account, which I'll talk about in a second. And that was a huge, devastating blow. And that happened because I didn't have the resources or the tools to be able to put my stop loss in and put a stop loss timeout how I normally do it. And I wasn't trading how I normally do. But now that I have Altrady and I discovered this, I really, really enjoy it. Also, great thing. I have a bunch of great things to say about the owner, the CEO, and the lead developer, the person who created all of this entire thing. He's super smart. I believe he's from Norway, which has some of the strictest laws in Europe around cryptocurrencies. And this has a very, very secure backend. The guy his name is Ben. He created this software. He has 12 plus years in cybersecurity and personal identification security online, and he put what he learned into this. There's also a 5-word key phrase that only you know. You're the only person that has it when you sign up, and that you need that in order to connect an API, a new computer, a new device, a phone, or whatever. So even if someone someone has your email and your password and your two-factor authentication, if they have all of that, they still cannot trade on your behalf because they need those 5 words that only you have. They're not stored anywhere when you sign up with Altrady, which I really love because that's another security measure that no one else had, or that I didn't see anywhere else. And also, I like this one. I like Altrady because they have all of these different exchanges. I looked at some other ones, but they didn't have Kraken, and I use Kraken, so I need it. And so this one had the most exchanges available, which I really, really like, including also ByBit, which is great. So if you want, oh yeah, and the other thing is that they had this academy, crypto trading academy, on how to actually trade with Altrady. So they have this course with all of these different videos, which I really, really appreciated, because when I signed up, it was it's a learning curve to understand how to do this, and you could just go through all of these different videos and learn how to do it. And their resource center is really good. Also, when I actually typed in their messaging bot, their chat bot, because I had a question, they answered me within like 3 minutes, maybe within 2 minutes. Like, so a real live person came in and chatted with me. Like, that was so quick. It was so quick. So that was really awesome, and they stuck with me. And like I said, I had the Zoom call with the founder and lead dev, and it's a very, very, very small team. No one knows your APIs. There's so much in the back end on security wise that it'd be so difficult for anyone to hack this. And if anyone if there was an internal breach, you would know who it is, because the team is so small. And really, the only person who would even potentially have access would be the lead dev. And so everyone knows who it is, so he'd go to jail. So it's, in my opinion, it's good to go for me, and this is what I use. So if you want to sign up for this, I did make a deal with the creator of it, and so there will be a link in the description for Altrady if you want to sign up. And you could sign up using that link. It would be awesome, and then you could start your free trial. I would really appreciate it. And so far, so good with it. There are some things in the works. I'm recommending a lot of things to the team, and they're going to be implementing them. So I'm going to be talking more about Altrady down the road. And so that was Altrady. First we had ByBit, then Altrady, and now the last thing that I wanted to go over was actually my personal my public trading account. So this is my public trading account. This is what it looks like. There is currently $31,000. It's currently worth $31K. It started out with $30,000, and I started this account with when Bitcoin, I deposited the money when Bitcoin was, I think, like 21,000. So obviously Bitcoin is not at $21,000 yet, so it's still in the red for Bitcoin, but my account is in the green. It's positive. So I'm very, very happy about that, especially because, as you could see right here, this was that mishap where I passed out in front of my screen and lost almost $4,000 with Litecoin, with my Litecoin trade. And so that took out over 10% of my entire portfolio. It was devastating, really, really, really bad. But thank God yesterday we had an insane market rally, and I made a ton of money on a Gala short position. Actually, I made just $200 shy of what I lost in Litecoin. And then, of course, I made about $1,000 in Sol. So now we are in profit. I'm so happy about that. Actually in profit. So my total P&L is over $1,000. So very, very cool. Very, very, very cool. And we will, I'll continue to update this publicly for you guys to show you that trading, basically the reason I'm doing this is to show you that you could out trade holding BTC. You could hold Bitcoin, or you could trade, and the potential you can make more money trading if you know what you're doing. Most people lose money trading, but if you know what you're doing, you could make money. And then potentially I want to open up a hedge fund, and I'll be one of the traders, and I will, use this. It's going to be proof. Like, look, you could have held Bitcoin and maybe you would have made 20, 30, 40, 50%, something like that. Or you could have traded and made a couple 100%, which obviously is drastically better than holding. So that is this, and I use Coin Market Manager. I'll have a link for that in the description as well. And so with all of that out of the way, let's go on to the actual market update. Let's go to the charts and see what we could find. Okay, so first thing I want to do is go over Bitcoin on the yearly chart because it is the start of a new year. And obviously 2022, we had a 67% drawdown in 2022. Let me get rid of all this stuff. And so do I think that we're going to end the year higher than the lows of 2022, which was $15,487? Yes, I do. I do believe that 2023 will end the year higher. We have 12 months. However, I do not think that this was the bottom. I think that we will end up getting a wick down, maybe down to 12K area, maybe 14K area, just a little bit of a wick, just some type of wick underneath this $15,500 area. I think whether it's 15,000, 14,000, 13,000, or 12,000, I think we will get a wick down. But I do think that we will end up eventually closing somewhere higher. I'm not sure if we will get to $28,000 to $30,000, but I'm not going to be playing it like that. I'm going to be playing it level to level, obviously on the daily charts and 4 hour and 12 hour and 4 hour and 1 hour and things like that. And I'm not going to be playing the yearly charts, but I mean, this is the one down year, and then 1, 2, 3 up years, and then one down year, and then 1, 2, 3 up years, and then one down year. What's going to happen over the next 3 years? Are they going to be up years again? I don't know. I would not consider this year to be up. I would consider this year to be similar to 2019, where 2018 had a huge down year. 2019 had the nice move up and then, came back down. So it ended up stopping out higher, closing higher than the previous year. But it wasn't it wasn't that drastic of a difference between the open and the close. And I think that's what's going to happen here. So we have the yearly, and now we could look into the shorter time frames. Okay, so I know that there's a lot of stuff going on in this chart right now, but there's just the things that I point out constantly are the fact that the first in 2013, when we had the big bear market, Bitcoin dropped 85.83%, right? And then in 2018, it dropped to 82.8%, right? And now it has not dropped 80% yet. So 85/86%, 82/83%. So far, it's only dropped 76%. Okay. So that's, or 77, let's say 78%. So it's not that 80% that we normally see. So, I mean, whoa, 3% difference, 3% difference from the top to the bottom. But, that's still all the way down to, let's see here, 80% would be 13,000, just about 13,000, or I guess, yeah, $13,770. So that's about 80% is just under 14K, right? So just under 14K from where we are right now would be a drop of 20%. So another 20% potentially. And so I do think that we will eventually come down. I don't know if this is the bottom. Obviously on the monthly chart, it's still really bad, but we'll have to see. So we have this. Also, I plotted out $19,890. That was a 2017 high. And honestly, until we're above here consistently, like we're in the range between 13,763, which is right here, which is the area, which is 80% down from the highs, and the 88% retrace, and also this top right here and this top right here, the actual closes and opens, plus the retest. So we're in this area between here, the above here and below here, right? Or there and there. And that's where we are. And until we're above here, then it's not going to be like, it's still going to be really risky. Also, there's a few other things that need to happen in the markets for the markets to not be super risky. Like obviously we need to have quantitative easing. We can't have quantitative tightening by the Fed, and we can't have increased interest rates consistently by the Fed. which are both things that the Fed said that they're not going to ease up on. So we need to have the opposite of what they're doing right now in order for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies to really go on a tear, But of course, there are bear market rallies, and that's what we're going to try to take advantage of. Also, if things come into resistance levels, we'll try to get them, try to put some shorts into play to make some money on the way down as well. And so yeah, that is pretty much what I wanted to say in the big macro term of things. Overall, I'm still bearish, but I'm playing level, and hopefully we'll try to hopefully we'll make money that way. Also, what else I put? Possible length of the market cycle based on previous lengths, top to bottom. So the previous lengths of the market cycles were just about 400 days. You could see this right here is 395 days, and that was on I guess I'll go to the weekly to get it a little bit more succinct, but that happened on the week of December 12th. So the week of December 12th, or maybe the 19th. So that's 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, about that time. That was the length of time that it took the other cycles to reach their bottom. Now, the bull market didn't start. The bull market didn't start immediately, like right here. We still had weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks of sideways action before the pop up. Also, back here, we had months of sideways action, just slow grind up, right? And so it's likely that we could just have a slow grind up, maybe a fall back down, wash everyone out, and then make everyone just want to puke, and then actually start the bull run. So this just started, and we'll most likely have a long time before the actual bull run starts. And let's see, I think that's it for the big picture stuff. On the weekly time frame, we really, in order to, I mean, if you're counting just the closes, then as long as we close above here, then that would make a higher high, and that would be a bullish trend on the weekly. So we have the low, the high, the higher low, excuse me. And then if we close above here, we'll have the higher high on the weekly time frame, just talking about the closes. But in order to really constitute a higher high, it has to close above there, or at least, let's go down to the daily, at least it has to close above here on the daily. And it looks like it's on its way. Personally, though, we're getting very, very, very close to the area where I want to sell. So if I go down into this lower time frame chart right here, you could see that we are moving up into the 61.8 golden ratio of this move down. It's either there, or you could say that it's from the top to the bottom right there. This actually works out pretty well. Let me just check this. Yeah, I think I'll just do this. I'll say this. So $17,548. That is it's literally coming up there. This is the potential top, because it's going to get everyone's going to be screaming bull right here, and the RSI and stochastic RSI are overbought. The MACD, look at this, bring this up a little bit. There we go. MACD is pretty high, and potentially on the second leg of the M formation. And yeah, I mean, I sold a lot of Bitcoin right here, about 17.2 to 17.4, and now we're above that. I was thinking that we were gonna come back down here, maybe get a retest of this bottom of this range, and then potentially get a move up here. But what I'm gonna do now, because we're already obviously moving up, is in this area, in this golden pocket area, that's where I'm gonna be looking for shorts, because not only is it the golden ratio, but also back here, this is where the close is. And if we go to the 4 hour, we could see that it also is the very, very top of this order block right here. So it's just at the very, very top. So as long as we stay closed, or we close within this area, we could spike up above it. Maybe we spike up above it, hit the resistance, and then spike back down into it. That that is still a bearish sign. And then you could go down into, say, the 1 hour chart and look for something like an SFP or a bearish market structure break or something like that. I do the RSI and stochastic RSI, even on the 1 hour, are getting pretty overbought. Let's look at the 4 hour again. Let's just double check. Is this this is a divergence right here as well. So you can see this is below here. It's not confirmed, but it is a divergence right now because the price is higher, but the RSI is lower. So that's obviously not good. Also, wait, did we get, okay, we did not get a true bearish divergence on the MACD, because a true bearish divergence on the MACD would need the price to, or the MACD histogram to come right underneath before moving back up, and it did not do that because there's no circle here, there's no dot. There needs to be a red dot, just like how there's a red dot here. There should be a red dot here, but there's not one, so it's not a true MACD bearish divergence, but it's pretty darn close. I mean, look at this. Look at how much how much lower this hill is compared to this hill, and how much higher this price is compared to this price. So things are looking bearish. Things are looking like if I still had long positions, I would be taking profits, and I am taking profits in my account where I have a strategy in one of my accounts where I simply dollar cost average. I dollar cost average every single day. So I've been dollar cost averaging in since literally November. I've been dollar cost averaging in since since probably right around here, just dollar cost average all the way down, dollar cost average all the way up, dollar cost average all the way down, dollar cost average all of this. And my average buying price, is somewhere like 16.8 or something like that. Like, I'm taking my profits from that because I'm up, up like 2-3% on a larger position size, and that's only Bitcoin. On Ethereum and on my altcoins, I'm up way more because you dollar cost average from, you dollar cost average all of this, and obviously the gains are greater on the coins that are not Bitcoin. So this is like 6-7% right now for Ethereum, and Link's another one that I do, and this one actually Link fell below. Link is actually a really good long, because look at this. You can see that it was in its range, and it fell below the range, and now it's back above it. That's a really good longing opportunity. So I would definitely long a pullback and target here, potentially up here. But yeah, this would be a really good trade for Link. So I do dollar cost average in a Link as well, and I'm going to be selling a lot of Link. So going back to Bitcoin, just to really hammer it home, pretty much. Let me reset this chart so it looks cleaner. I will be out of my position at $17,540. $100 greater than where we are now. I'm going to be out of my Bitcoin, and then I'll reevaluate and see what happens to go back in or not. But I do think we will have a retrace. I think we will eventually have a retrace, and it'll come back down, whether only to $17,200 because we're in a new bull market type deal, mini bull season, or if it comes all the way back down to 17,000, one of those things. But yeah, I'm going to be out in this zone right here. It might even, it might even go up to 17.8 and do the double top deal before coming back down, but I still do think that I'd much rather be more cautious than not cautious on Bitcoin right now. So there's Bitcoin. Now let's look at Ethereum. So Ethereum obviously doing its thing, and we are currently closing above the high. So that's pretty darn bullish for Ethereum, and I could probably see Ethereum hitting the 61.8 as well, which is at $1,442. And if it does that, then that's pretty good, because you could see that there was this huge support area, this huge support area down here, and then it acted as resistance. This was really choppy. This was really hard to play if you were using this as the support resistance area, because it just went up and down and up and down and up and down. But eventually it came back down, and it had some resistance to it right here, but now it's back above it. So fingers crossed that if we do come back down here, this would be the longing opportunity for Ethereum, because then you could get in at the support resistance flip, and then target the 61.8 and then potentially higher. So I do like how we are now out of this range. You could see that this was the range before, and once we busted up above that low range, even when we came back down into it, it acted as support. The top of the range acted as support, and then once we got back into it, it acted as resistance, and now we're back above it. So, you know, that's bullish news. That's bullish news for Ethereum. But considering that the price has already went up so much, I'm not going to be buying anytime soon. If it does go another 6% up to the 61.8, I'm gonna lose. I'm not gonna lose. I'm gonna miss out on that trade. But look at the RSI, look at the stochastic RSI, look at the MACD. Do you really want to be buying when all of these things are like this? No. The answer is no. You don't want to be buying when things are so overbought. You want to be buying when it's down here, you know, and it's in the red. So like down there, that's when you want to be buying, or down here, that's when you want to be buying. So I will hold off, but once it comes up to here, this area, I will zoom in to the lower time frames and I will look for shorts. So I'm going to put a little alert in to make sure that I'm alerted to start looking for shorts once it hits this area. Okay, so now let's go to Bitcoin Ethereum against Bitcoin. And you can see that Ethereum has really stood the test of time against Bitcoin. It has outperformed Bitcoin ever since September of 2019. It has just consistently outperformed Bitcoin, and it stayed outperforming Bitcoin. So you would have been better off in literally holding ETH. You would have been better off holding ETH ever since the very first bear market in May 2021, and then in November 2021, when the bear market started. If you would have been holding, actually no, it's down. It's obviously if you sold the top of Bitcoin and you sold the top of Ethereum, you would have been doing better. If you if you were holding Bitcoin, you would have been better holding on to Bitcoin as opposed to Ethereum, because Bitcoin is still better off than Ethereum as of right now. However, that was fucking confusing. I'm sorry if I just confused everyone. Basically, I'm saying that like Bitcoin was a better hold since November, since the top, but Ethereum is doing very, very well, and Ethereum is holding its own as well. So it's doing very well. It's not like you would have got crushed compared to Bitcoin if you were holding Ethereum, you know? And so one thing is that we do have this level, and this level is so big. This is such a huge level for Ethereum. Anytime that it comes up here against Bitcoin, I want to sell, and I don't want to just sell my Ethereum. I want to sell everything. I want to sell my Ethereum and my Bitcoin, because, you know, we had the first bear market of 2021 back in May, and that's when this was hit, right? Then we had the second bear market starting in November, December. That's when this was hit. And in September 22, let's look at Ethereum in September, October, November. So right here, yeah, huge. September, yeah, it just went down, and that was coinciding with Ethereum hitting the 61.8, this top again. So every single time it seems to hit this top, market just seems to crash. So I'm not too fond of this top and would like to be out of the market if it hits this top again. Although maybe by this time, 1, 2, 3, it'll be the fourth hit on the weekly chart. So maybe it'll finally break through this time. Who knows? But you got to do what you got to do. So that's Ethereum against Bitcoin on the weekly chart. Going down to a lower time frame, maybe there's a range that we could play with this. What I see is, let me get rid of this. Yeah, okay. So what I see right now is this area right here, which was obviously like support, resistance, and now it's back above that. So if this falls back below here, then that would be really bearish, and I would probably just want to sell everything. If it's, but right now we're in a bullish momentum, so I would rather buy right here buy right here with a stop underneath here, and potentially target up here these previous highs for Ethereum against Bitcoin. And so that's that. So now I'm gonna go on to a few other things, and I do like Link, and I do like Quant. I guess I'll go over Quant really quickly. Well, not really quickly. I'll just go over Quant, and I'll go over some other stuff. So there's Quant, And why did I don't know why I went to the 12 month on the, actually just go to the weekly. It's easier. So this is what I don't like about quant. You can clearly see that this looks like a head and shoulders, right? And so if this is a head and shoulders, then we should target around $70. We should be selling in this area between $130 and $125. I sold at 122, 124 is when I sold. So we're basically at the price where I sold it at. I do think that we will probably do a little bump up here. I do like how on the weekly chart, the MACD is moving up. The stochastic RSI is moving up. The RSI is above the 50 level. So maybe this head and shoulders actually won't play out because the indicators at least are showing it's pretty darn bullish. Let's go to the daily chart because, oh man, yeah, look at this daily chart. Lots of bullish candles consistently. That's bullish as well. Obviously, I wouldn't buy right now. I would rather, even if it goes up, let's say it goes up 10%, right? Let's say it goes up 10% to 133. I wouldn't be buying because the chances of it going up and then falling back down are higher than it is going up, consolidating, going up again, consolidating, going up again, and just like consistently going up. One thing I will say with quant is that I have a bunch of quant on my ledger and I'm never selling that. So I do have a bucket of quant that I'm just never selling. So it's like I have a bucket of Bitcoin, I have a bucket of Ethereum, I have a bucket of quant, and that I'm just never, ever selling, because I do think that quant will be $1,000 to potentially even more. Like, well, not potentially, I think it will be a lot more than $1,000. I think it could potentially be up to $10,000. So I love quant, and I think it'll do very, very, very well. It's an ISO 222 compliant coin. There's a lot of connections with Gilbert's, who is basically the man behind it, and he works with a lot of government agencies, or has worked with government agencies. So I think quant has a leg up in that regard, because it's a lot of crypto is who you know. It's not necessarily the tech, even though the tech in quant is absolutely amazing, but it's who you know, and quant has the tech and quant has the connections. So I do like quant. I'm not going to be buying right now because it's too high. But if it comes up here, falls back, and then puts in some bullish formation in this resistance area, which is resistance right now and might turn into support, then I will buy. If not, if it comes back down, then I'll just wait. I'll simply wait until it comes and hits my target at around $70. So that's quant. Now, the other things that I want to talk about though are what's going on right now with the narrative, and the narrative right now is AI. So because the narrative is AI, I actually have a whole list of artificial intelligence coins, AI coins. And as you can see, they're doing absolutely insane. So there's FET, which has gone up over 250%. VET, VeChain, which isn't like necessarily AI, but it was on a list that I found. AGIX, Singularity Net token. This is very, very much an AI token, and obviously it exploded. I thought that this was the top back there because it was up it was up more than that. I thought it was up like 100% or something. I guess it was only up 66%. Damn, I should have longed this. But yeah, now it's up 110%. So it's getting too close to the resistance right here. So yeah, it's pretty obvious that the AI tokens are the ones that are being played right now for the narrative. There's Ocean Protocol, another one doing absolutely fabulous. I put this on, and I forgot to put it into my actual trade. I put this on a couple of days ago, so that's annoying. But yeah, I would target. Let's see. It's like you have to go to the higher time frames, look for the resistance levels, and then basically put in your resistance. And I mean, this is the resistance for Ocean. I honestly think that they're gonna have a hard time going past these levels without having just retracing. I would think, given that Bitcoin is getting to be getting to the area where it's probably going to go down. And these are coming into the resistance areas. We have both Bitcoin and altcoins coming into the resistance areas. So that would really make me want to look for shorting opportunities in these coins like Ocean Protocol and like these other protocols that are, I don't want to say not the best tokens, but basically shit coins. Because this is all like internal crypto stuff. These are just internal crypto people that are making this go up, and they're going to dump. They're definitely going to dump once they make their money, and they're not going to hold it. It's not going to go up all the way to, it's not going to go up 10x or anything like that. At least I don't think it will. However, saying that, because AI is so big and AI will be a huge catalyst in 2023, I think AI is going to be one of the biggest things that expand and grow exponentially in 2023. I will be dollar cost averaging into artificial intelligence coins. So I will be dollar cost averaging into FAT. I will be dollar cost averaging into Singularity.net, into NMR, which is a Numera token or something like that, which is available on Coinbase. There's also RLC, IXEC RLC. So a lot of these coins are the AI coins, and they have been in somewhat of an uptrend. No, I take that back. This isn't an uptrend. This is a range. This is definitely a range, and like this right here, they actually did give some pretty solid, really solid longing opportunities. Like on this one, look at this. Let's go to the 12-hour. Maybe it's easier to hit. Like right here, that right there would have been so solid, such a solid long opportunity, because obviously this back here was the low. So if we go back there, we could click, do that, right? And then we had a huge dump, pass the low, bump up, come back. And then we had the move back down. So basically everyone who bought right here, they put their stops, right underneath of it. They got wicked out. So that's a perfect swing failure pattern right there. And with a bullish candle, with a bullish doji candle. And so this is like picture perfect SFP with the bullish candle at the support. To me, that's an automatic, basically like an automatic long with a stop underneath there. First target would be here, so that's a 2R, and then second target would be here, which is a 3.83R, and then hold a little bit to target the highs up there, which would be an 8.44R. So probably like around a 5R or something like that for this trade. So that would be really good to see. However, it's already happened and it's too late. So now we need to look for other opportunities. And what I see is this. I see this major resistance right here, that lots of wicks up into this resistance, which means that this is a high supply zone, lots of supply up here. People just want to sell in this zone. So we're probably going to get some movement up in here and then a move back down. That's what I would assume is going to happen for this coin. And if it comes up and then comes back down and then retests, like does something like this, comes back down, retest this, boom, open up a short position here, target, because now we're back in this huge range that we were in before. First we had this range, and now we're in this range, and we're probably going to bust through it. It's probably going to be a fake breakout, and then we're going to come back into the range. And so I would want to short it right there. So I'll put an alert in just to, well, actually I can't do that. Actually, wait, yeah, I can. I could put an alert in to say if it's crossing down. So horizontal alert, and then the condition crossing down the horizontal line, possible shorting up, RLC coming back into range, right? So this will get notified. This will notify everybody in my Discord and notify me, and then I'll look for shorts and then be able to put that on. So there's a lot more artificial intelligence tokens. This right here is the list that I have. There's GRT, which is the graph token, PHA, which is Phala, VXV, Vector Space AI, which I know a lot of people have a lot of bags of VXV. I've bought a ton right here at 70 cents for my long-term portfolio that I plan to sell right here and sell right here. Obviously, it's down drastically, but I think that it has potential, and this this is pretty much an accumulation. Now that we're back above here, this is considered accumulation. As long as we were underneath and we kept on making lower lows, it was just downward, down. But finally, because we did break through this trend line over here, now I consider this whole move to be some form of accumulation, especially this one down here. So if we do come back down, I would like to accumulate some more potentially, and then just set my sell orders, walk away, and forget about it. And then there's CQT, which is covalence. There's PRQ, which I actually really like as well. Not like drastically, but I like it. And then there's MAN, so MAN token, which is the Matrix AI network. Obviously, it has AI in the name. This one I feel stupid for not getting into, because I definitely should have seen the narrative play. And this is what I'm talking about when I talk about narrative plays. So the last big narrative that we had was Ethereum and the merge, right? And I played that really, really well. A month or two before Ethereum merge came out, buy a bunch of Ethereum and just basically wait until the news comes out, and then sell it. And then the one after that was the World Cup. There was a couple coins that were supposed to be on the World Cup, although a lot of people sold those sold off like a week before the World Cup even started, so that didn't really work out too well. And I think I think the Ethereum merge, the Ethereum sold off about a week before the merge happened as well too, so that didn't work out quite as good either. But looking at this is accumulation. This is no doubt an accumulation for sure. This is an accumulation for 216 days for Matrix AI network, right? And then let's see here, it's so far up 300%. Yeah, that definitely should have been something to be looking at for AI. But now we know, hey, the AI narrative is gonna be a big one. So definitely buy AI. Not definitely. Like, I can't tell you what to do. Not financial advice. Nothing is financial advice. But like, I'm going to be buying AI tokens, and I'm going to be looking into AI tokens and making videos on AI tokens. So there's MAN, and then there's Swash. Haven't really looked into this too much. This one doesn't seem to be getting too much traction. And there's PLU, which is all over Twitter. I've noticed a lot of Twitter talking about PLU. And if you look at this chart, this actually is not terrible. I mean, it's pretty much just a ton of accumulation, big spike up, ton of accumulation, big spike up. Honestly, if this comes back down here, this would be such a good coin to just accumulate. You just accumulate, and then set your sell orders. Boom, spike up, sell. Yeah, and then so that's CAT, and then Pluton. Sorry, I said Pluton before. I meant CAT. This is Pluton. Pluton is the one that's been talked about all over Twitter. And look at this. This is really nice. I am liking the way this looks. Constant higher lows, accumulation. Okay, Pluton should be number one on my list of looking into, because this chart is really, really nice. So definitely going to do that. I have to write this down. And yeah, so there you go. That was Plu, and that was my list of the AI tokens that I want to be getting into. I want to be looking into them. I want to be dollar cost averaging into them. I want to be playing them. I want to be playing the trading them. Hopefully they're on ByBit and not all on KuCoin or some other exchange I don't have too much money on. But yeah, I would want to play them because the narrative is strong and the trend is good, and everything looks really good. And then there's another one that I saw called TWT, which is the Trust Wallet token, which also, I mean, look at this chart. I mean, this is a really good looking chart if you ask me. It's just like constantly hot, constant higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. This had a lower low, but like then eventually rebounded, made a higher low, higher low, higher low. Obviously had a huge spike up, and now it's back to the support resistance area, you know, of like right around here. If it comes down here, I think this would be a really good buy. So far, it's pretty much respecting this trend line, which is, you know, pretty good. Yeah, I like these charts. I don't know anything about the coins, but I like these charts. So I think that's gonna be it. I'm gonna end this here because I think I gave you a lot of things, a lot of like big picture stuff, and obviously all those artificial intelligence coins. That's like gave you my game plan. I'm still dollar cost averaging into a few things, adding those, selling on pops up, and I think that's going to be the biggest mover, some of the biggest movers. I actually also do think that Dogecoin is going to be a huge mover in 2023 because I made a video and showed that Elon Musk came out with Twitter payments. He's coming out with Twitter payments, and I mean, come on, I'm betting on Dogecoin being the one of the Twitter payments. Probably going to be Bitcoin and Dogecoin as Twitter payments and tips and integrated into Twitter. So I am dollar cost averaging into Dogecoin. I pretty much started right here. So all the way up, all the way down, all the way up. I'm definitely down in my investment for Dogecoin right now, but I'm gonna just continue doing it. It's the greatest, it's the biggest gainer in all of crypto. It's the highest multiplier in all of cryptocurrency since it came out. So I don't think it's going anywhere. And of course, Elon Musk could stop being on Twitter, and you know, the whole thing could go down quite drastically if he steps down. But I do think that Dogecoin will be implemented in Twitter. And so with saying all of that, oh wait, there's one more thing that I wanted to go over, which was the dollar. So I will just go over the dollar, which is that if you look at the dollar, you can see that we had, it was in this big range, top, and then it started to fall. We had the 2017 bull run, top, started to fall. We had the 2020/2021 bull run. It spiked up, started to spike up, reached my resistance zone, and then and fell back down. And now it's within the range. It's back within the range. However, I don't think that it's going to fall back within the range and like just head all the way back down. We're gonna have another bull market. I think it's gonna hit somewhere around here, $100, because this is the big $100 psychological number. Also, it's a supply zone because there's a lot of people. Let's say they longed right here. They'll put they want to long right here, and they'll put their stops right here. So it's gonna trigger a lot of buy stop liquidity and or buy side liquidity, and probably move back up above here and go, you know, make a lower low, and then we could start the real bull market again, because maybe by that time the Fed will pivot and unemployment will be super high, and so they'll have to start quantitative easing again, and all of that. So that's the last thing that I want to go over. Other than that, I'll give one more piece of my thought process, which is that along with the Fed pivoting and interest rates and quantitative easing and all this other shit, the macro 61.8 right here at 3,200 is where I think the bottom will be. Once it hits here, that's when I'll be more risk on. I'll just start dumping everything I have into the markets. And there's obviously still a long ways to go, which is why I don't think that the bottom for Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies is actually in, even though it's not a bad idea to dollar cost averaging in right now, which is what I'm doing. So that's the last thing I want to say. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry for droning on, but hopefully this was informative, and I'll make another video soon with some more trade setups. Talk to you later. Keep on stacking those sats, making those gains. Peace.